Okay, grade 8s, welcome back again. So this is still lesson 1. This is video 4 of lesson 1. It's going to be the last video for this week, for this lesson. Next week we're going to start with lesson 2 and 3. I will upload lesson 2 on Monday. There might be 2 or 3 videos there for you guys. We're going to be doing graphs. In the last video, I went through converting area and volume between meters, centimeters, and millimeters. I did the cube with you, and we found out that the cube was 125,000 cubic millimeters. So this cube here that had a volume of 0.000125 meters cubed, it's exactly the same as 125,000 millimeters cubed. I asked you to do the rectangular prism and the triangle. If you got an answer of 144,000 for the rectangular prism, well done, give yourself a noddy badge, you're awesome. And for the triangular prism, you should have got an answer of 200,000 cubic millimeters. If you didn't, I'm going to show you how to get that now. The rectangular prism, you always write down a formula because you do get marks for that for tests and exams. So volume for the rectangular prism, length times breadth times height. The length of the rectangular prism was 4 centimeters. We need to convert that to millimeters, so 4 times 10 millimeters. The base was 3 centimeters, so 30 millimeters if you multiply it by 10. And the height of the rectangular prism was 12 centimeters, which you would have to multiply by 10 to get millimeters. So notice how we've actually done 3 conversions. One for the length, one for the breadth of the base, and one for the height. So we've times by 10 3 times, or times by 10 cubed. Alright, let's carry on. So 4 times 10 is 40 millimeters by 30 millimeters by 120 millimeters. And 40 times 30 times 120 gives 144,000. Cubic millimeters. If you want to, you can write that in scientific notation. In scientific notation, it'll be 1,44 times 10 to the power of 5. Cubic millimeters. Right, so that's how we get that 144,000 cubic millimeters. Now let's do the triangular prism. Remember the formula for a triangular prism is half base times height, because a triangular prism is half of a rectangular prism. So this formula that's over here, you're going to have to rewrite it. Half times base times height will give us the area. And then you need to also multiply it then by the perpendicular height of the prism. So what's in the brackets is just for area, then you then multiply it by perpendicular height to get the volume of the prism. Okay, so we've got a half times our base was 8 centimeters. And 8 centimeters, if you convert that to millimeters, will be 8 times 10. Then we need to multiply it by the height. The height was 5 centimeters. And 5 centimeters times by 10 will give us 50 millimeters. You don't have to write these millimeters in your calculations. I'm just doing it while I'm explaining it to you. And then we need to multiply it by the perpendicular height, or the length, which will be that 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters times 10 gives us 100 millimeters. Okay, so we've got a half, or 0.5, times 80 millimeters times by 50 millimeters times by 100 millimeters. Notice how we've converted 3 times. Times 10, times 10, times 10. So to convert each length in centimeters to millimeters, you times 10. So you're converting 3 times. So if you wanted to convert centimeters cubed into millimeters cubed, you would have to multiply by 10 the power of 3 because you're doing it 3 times. Okay, that when you do your calculation will give you 144,000. Sorry, it'll give you 200,000. If you wrote that in scientific notation, it would be 2,00 times 10 to the 5 millimeters cubed. Or just 200,000. Okay. Then I asked you to please do 1C, 2A, and 2B. So 1C, you've got values in centimeters. You need to convert those into meters because they're asking you to write your answer in cubic meters. So our formula for volume will be length times breadth times height. That's our formula. Substitution, we've got 50, but we need to convert that 50 into meters. So 50 converted to meters, you're going from a small unit to a big, you need to divide. So 50 divided by 100 times by 70 over 100 times by 100 over 100. So 50 divided by 100 will give us 0.5 meters. 70 divided by 100 will give us 0.7 meters. And 10 divided by 100 will give us 1 meter. So 100 centimeters is the same as 1 meter. 70 centimeters, 0.7 meters. And 50 centimeters is the same as 0.5 meters. Okay, when you press buttons on your calculator, you should get that that is 0.35 meters cubed. Remember, you've got a meter times a meter times a meter to give us meters cubed. You converted once, twice, 3 times because you've got a 3-dimensional object. For the cube sides, 0.7 centimeters, so it's the same cube with sides of 0.7 meters. Volume equals to length times breadth times height. The length is 0.7 meters. We can leave it as 0.7 because they want an answer in meters. No conversions necessary. Remember, these values are all in meters. And 0.7 times 0.7 times 0.7, if you wanted, you could write as 0.7 cubed. That's fine. That'll give us an answer of 0.34 meters cubed. Then our last one, formula again, volume equals to length times breadth times height. Substitution step. We now need to change these values in meters into centimeters because they want an answer in centimeters cubed. Okay. So 0.7 meters, you've got a big unit going to a small one if you're converting meters to centimeters. So you're going to go from big to small, you're going to multiply. So it's 0.7 times by 100 to get centimeters. And you're going to do that for all of them. So 0.7 times 100. And you're going to do that 3 times. Okay, and 0.7 times 100 is going to give us 70 centimeters. And 70 times 70 times 70 will give us 343,000 centimeters cubed. If you want, you can also write that in scientific notation. That's fine. You're going to get 3,43 times 10 to the power of 5. 10 to the power of 5 centimeters cubed. If you got those answers, well done, guys. I'm really proud of you. If you didn't get them, I hope you do know now. If you're still not sure, please send me a message on Teams and I will call you to speak to you so that I can help you with them. So that's all for this week. Next week, we're going to carry on with graphs. Again, please make sure you've got pens, pencils, calculator, and so on with you. Also, a very good idea to have a read through your notes first so that when I'm teaching it, it's not you've seen and read through them already. Okay. Thanks, Gr8. Bye.